Are luxury YouTubers showing off? Stay tuned to find out. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community post on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. Let's get started. This question of whether luxury YouTubers are showing off was posed by Andrea, and she had a conversation about it on her channel. If you are not familiar with Andrea, I'm a little surprised. She's been around for a while. She's very prolific on YouTube. She does fabulous real-life vlogs, and she also has a beautiful luxury handbag collection, and she talks about those bags too. So you should definitely head over there and check her out. I will have her channel linked below, and I will specifically have this video linked below where she posed this question. I've also seen two YouTubers respond to this question and continue the conversation, Yota Style and Tanya of Bits and Bags. I will also have their videos linked below. Check those out. And I messaged Andrea and asked if I could join the conversation. She graciously welcomed me to do so. I think this is an excellent topic because it comes up all the time in the luxury community, and not just by people outside who don't really get us and our love for these things. And so many of them see this as a materialistic thing, and they assume we are materialistic people, which is not necessarily the case. But it also comes, I think this is even more interesting, from within the community. The enemy is within us. So first I want to talk about some of these kinds of posts on social media outside of YouTube, and then we'll talk about YouTube specifically and some of the comments that we get, and where might those kinds of comments come from? Why do people think we're showing off? Are we? Or, like Andrea also asked, are we actually adding value? So on other social media platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, there are people who post photographs of their luxury items. I think we're all familiar with this. On Facebook in particular, there are groups dedicated to different handbag brands or just luxury bags in general. Enjoy Vincent whistling in the background, serenading us all. She's my African gray parrot, if you're not familiar with her. And generally the impression I get, especially within the Facebook groups, but also on places like Instagram, is that people are sharing photos of their luxury bags there because they want to celebrate those items with like-minded people. Many of them even say this up front. I'm posting my picture here of my new bag. Can't share it on my personal page because people in my real life don't get it. They would judge me. But you see this all the time. Only you guys would understand. That particular phrase kind of gets on my nerves because it's not true, and I tend to take a lot of things literally, especially when it comes to language. But that's another video. However, despite the fact that there are these entire groups devoted to loving, enjoying these handbags and small goods and whatever goes with it, there is still judgment from within these groups. Some people still see these posts as showing off rather than celebrating with friends. For example, we have all seen those photos of somebody sitting in the driver's seat of their car, their Chanel bag on their lap, their hand, I'm going to use this hand because I have this fabulous Rift ring from Jill Maurer, which of course will be linked below, and there's also a discount code if you're interested in any of her spectacular jewelry. But they have their hand placed just so on the bag so you can see their sparkly diamonds, and you can see the CCs on the front flap of the bag, and you can see the little Porsche logo with the cute little, is it a lion? Is it a dragon? I've never looked at it that closely, but we've all seen that shot, right? That shot is so overdone. And we've also seen photos, especially if you're in an Hermes group, of uber expensive exotic bags or limited edition bags that most of us will never even see in our lives, let alone ever be able to afford. And these types of posts are the ones that tend to get the most negativity, despite the fact that they're being shared with others like-minded luxury connoisseurs. But I would say about this, my observation is that generally I think these photos on these social media platforms are posted with good intentions. I don't think these people are trying to show off. I think they're just really excited about what they have, what they were able to acquire, whether it's their first piece of Louis Vuitton canvas or their $100,000 whatever Hermes bag. They're just excited about acquiring this thing they love, and they want to share it with other people who would also be excited about it. Now, as far as YouTube and the luxury channels on YouTube, most of the ones I've seen do seem to have the intention of being informative. That's certainly why I started my channel. I started watching YouTube years ago, and I felt like there was a gap. One, in content that was geared toward an audience and created by a person who can't afford to go buy a new luxury bag every month, but who actually has to save up for it and plan for it, and someone who can't afford to go to the store and buy new all the time, but who buys pre-loved. And I also felt like I would be able to provide more detail in some of the videos about the handbags, more detail than I was seeing in some of these videos. I would watch some trying to learn about bags and I'd still have questions. Just the right angle wasn't shown, or how the particular part of the bag was constructed. So I wanted to make videos that provided that kind of information that I was looking for, because I knew I couldn't be the only one. And there are certainly more videos like that on YouTube now. You're welcome. And we luxury YouTubers, we do a lot more than unboxings. We do reviews, wear and tear, what fits, but even the unboxings can be informative. And if nothing else, they're celebratory. It's fun to watch someone opening something that they're so excited about. So regarding the people who comment on these videos and social media posts and make the assumption that these people are showing off, a lot of people, when they come up against that, they brush it off as jealousy. I don't think that's what it is. At least not all the time, and probably not even the majority of the time. I do have to admit, those photos with the rings on the bag and the car, they get to me sometimes too. I get a little annoyed by them. And it's not that I'm jealous, it's just that, well, one, I'm tired of seeing them because they're everywhere. But also, I'm in those groups to see the handbags. I don't care about your ring and your Porsche. Maybe that's just me. Another thing that sometimes gets to me, and which I tried to recreate a little here, is when I see those thumbnails of a luxury haul and it says, I spent $80,000 and here are all the boxes and bags to fill my thumbnail to prove it. And again, it's not that I'm jealous, because good for you. I want other people to be successful. I want to be that kind of successful. And I'm happy with people if they can do that. But to me, coming from the background I come from and being pretty socially aware, those videos, or at least the thumbnail, they seem so out of touch with reality, with most people's reality, and they can come across to me as tone deaf. But as a YouTuber, I also understand that there's a shock value there, and that entire thumbnail has been designed specifically to get people to click on it. And people can say that about my videos. I've posted videos with lots of bags and with big numbers, because I'm trying to do the same thing here. I'm trying to get the dollars to add to my teacher income. Girls gotta work, I've got bills to pay, dogs to feed, loudmouth birds to feed as well. Bird food doesn't grow on trees, you know. I think for most people who assume that luxury, I was gonna say YouTubers, but creators, are showing off, I think there are really two issues at play here. One, there's a lack of understanding about the luxury community. A lot of these people don't seem to understand that we don't buy and wear our things, our fancy expensive bags, for other people. We buy them because we love them. We wear them because we love them and get enjoyment out of them. Generally, we're not trying to impress other people or get them to look at us. And we don't think we're better, and we're generally, at least in my experience, not stuck up. We're not showing off, in other words. And the other thing at play here, number two, is that they're stuck in this thing that happens with luxury handbags, and there's something about judgment about that that doesn't occur in other places. People who choose to spend their money on luxury handbags get a lot more judgment directed at us than people who choose to spend their money on a big fancy house that's bigger than they need, more expensive than they can really afford perhaps, or a fancy car, same thing, or traveling the world, which are all luxuries. And we've all encountered this judgment, and it's unfortunate, and it's unfounded. Ultimately, though, those comments are about the viewer, the way that they interpret things. It's not about us and our intentions. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you back here next time. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.